Alright, so we've had a lot, I guess, happen since the last video. And we left last night on our next trip heading west, going out towards Montana. So if you guys want to see some mountain footage or some whatever, we'll try to get some of that thrown in here. But we're starting in Minnesota and going to North Dakota and then out into Montana. We got our truck back late last night, did some driving, getting rolling this morning. Alright, so this is a Harley, of course, that we're bringing in here to drop off. Usually they ship them in without the bags on them. We are picking up an Indian that's been converted, but you'll get the idea anyway when we bring it out of their conversion. Roadmaster Indian converted into a trike by Roadsmith Trikes. Alright, that one's done. On our way to, where are we on our way to?
Crosstown Cycle.
Crosstown Cycle in
Bloomington, Minnesota.
Bloomington, Minnesota. See you when we get there. Covering 2 bikes. Back in a minute. Made it to Indian Motorcycles in St. Paul, Minnesota. Picking one up here. Be back in a minute. you know what I mean?
One of these is amazing.
Yeah.
Those things put out a ton of power.
Yeah.
Especially you throw like the big boy kit, like the 126 or 131
Yeah.
of these.
I'm gonna ride one of them this summer. I'm a Challenger guy now, but I gotta ride a 131 this summer.
Yeah.
Just to see what because they're putting out over 150 torque.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're beast.
Yeah, you almost
The challenge. Now I'm not as up on my Indians. The Challenger, that's still a dresser though, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's the liquid cooled one.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got the full fairing.
The full fairing, fixed fairing.
All right, a little shout out to Indian Motorcycles in St. Paul. A couple of nice guys over here. And if we had more time, we'd get an interview. But they said we'd definitely get it next time. So we'll have to have a talk with them next time we're in here. Gonna go load a bike. Get back shortly. '82 CB 900.
Yep.
On the fence whether or not we can squeeze another one in or not. We're gonna either head to the truck stop or call the customer and see if they're available. We'll get back to you. Morning. Alright, today we got a mix of a lot of stops. 6 we're going to try to get done today. And a fair amount of driving. So it's going to be a pretty long day. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 5 deliveries and 1 pickup. So we're going to get rid of a few bikes. Let's get to it. All right, leaving the truck stop, heading to stop 1. Well, that was a bit of a pain in the butt getting into, but we're here. First stop. Gonna go deliver a bike. So it's a Kawasaki Indian Drifter.
Yep.
A 99 Kawasaki Indian Drifter. stop 1, heading for stop 2. Pit stop for fuel along the way. 23 miles away. Alright, made it to stop 2, delivering another bike. Back in a few. There's an 05 Big Dog K9. Alright, leaving stop 2, heading to stop 3, 12 miles away. ...2014 Harley-Davidson Breakout. Alright, leaving stop 4, heading for stop 5. Alright, made it to our 5th stop of the day. Gonna go load a bike this time. Be back in a bit. '76 Husqvarna 250.
Yeah. Going to, I think you guys picked up that last one. I got a full taco, a blue.
Yep.
Full taco. Go to the same guy.
Oh, is it?
Same collector. He was so happy with the whole taco. He told me, he goes, "This is the nicest bike in my collection." He goes, "I'm buying another one."
I should ask you, I guess. I started a YouTube channel. You mind if I video a few of your bikes?
No, go ahead. Please do. This one, I just finished this one today, this Husky 400.
Yeah.
That's a 1970 400.
If you're looking for any good looking old restored dirt bikes, check out Litchfield Motorcars. I'm sorry, Minnesota Motorcars in Litchfield, Minnesota. He can hook you up. Alright, leaving stop 5, heading for stop 6. Here we are at our last and final stop of the day, number 6. Delivered a 57 Sportster. Hurry up and get this one off before this freezing fog gets any worse. Be back in a bit. Alright, here we are, 1957 Sportster. First year. Oh. Alright, try this again. 1957 Sportster.
Just in time to help Todd.
Good and clean.
Week survey, so I thought I'd text you. I didn't know he was back here. Oh, does everything look good on it?
It does. I think it does anyway.
Oh yeah, it looks great. I mean, it's got a little bit of wear and tear, but for 57,
Yeah.
Looks like it's probably had some work done.
Oh, yeah.
all right, leaving stop 6. Gonna go up the road here and call it a day, I believe, before this freezing fog gets any worse. All right, made it to the truck stop. Hey, that's it for us for tonight. See you in the morning. Good morning. Today, we only got one stop. We got one stop in Grand Forks, Minnesota. But we're 220 miles away, and then our next stop after that is 531 miles. So lots of driving today. One delivery. Alright, leaving the truck stop. Heading to Grand Forks, Minnesota. Alright, still having occasional problems, I guess, with the audio and video on the cameras, so I'm not sure what happened, but this is us arriving in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. We're unloading a 1982 Yamaha TZ250. I did a walk around, but I don't know what happened to the video, so sorry, but that's what you get. This is us leaving East Grand Forks, Minnesota, and heading to Williston, North Dakota. Alright, so here we are pulling into Williston, North Dakota, where we thought we were done and going to meet the guy in the morning, but he decided that he was going to have a friend of his come up and pick up the bike for him instead. And then the delivery we were going to do after him the next morning, decided it was going to be a little bit easier or more convenient for him just to drive the 35 miles, I guess, to come meet us. So while we had the trailer open, we unloaded both bikes and got a video of them, and then a little while later they both showed up and picked them up. 2009 Harley Softail Custom. Boogie Booty. 2008 Road King Anniversary Edition. 105th anniversary. Morning. Heading towards Billings, Montana. Got one delivery there, and then a 470-mile drive up to Kalispell. So only one delivery. Kalispell ain't open until Monday, so I guess we get a day off. We'll get a restart in. Anyway, let's get going. Leaving the truck stop in Williston, North Dakota, heading to Billings, Montana. All right, made it to Billings. Just delivered that bike you see driving by. Another happy customer. On our way to Kalispell, or get close anyway. Probably stop in Missoula for the weekend. We'll talk to you when we get there. Good morning. 34-hour restart's over. Lions lost. KC won. Anyway, we're getting ready to leave Missoula on our way to Kalispell. Got one pickup to do there, and then we got to drive over to Great Falls, Montana, to the Harley-Davidson dealership there. Big Sky, Harley-Davidson. Then we'll be till tomorrow morning. So, one quick stop today and a little bit of driving. 2003.
Yep.
Anniversary edition, isn't it?
Yep.
2003 anniversary edition. Softail.
Softail
Yeah.
standard that I kind of cleaned up and put little stuff on it all the time. Got the ding here.
Yeah, it's kind of. You must have got something in front because you got it on the windshield, or?
Well, when guy ran me off the road on tail of the dragon.
Oh. All right, we're here at Vintage Technologies in Kalispell, Montana with Hawk. Looking at some pretty awesome bikes, some customization that they do. You're gonna give us a little tour, or a little info.
Oh, a little tour, a little info. Well, we're up here in northern Montana. I've been here doing bike work for about 31 years now. Licensed the business in 2009 anyway, and everything's just kind of been growing. Our local dealership moved down the road a couple years ago and kind of planted us with a whole bunch of workload. And we're just specializing in vintage stuff, but now we're kind of back in the game of service and upgrades on modern bikes and whatnot. A lot of these are personal project bikes here, different ones for customers and whatnot.
So you do
storage bikes and some show bikes that we built for different shows all around the world. Born Free and Moon Eyes in Japan, Cleveland and St. Louis and Texas and all of that. So we get around pretty good, you know. I mean, when the weather's nice. Right now it's not very nice out, so we get a pretty long build season when it's too cold to do
40
anything.
degrees this time of year for Kalispell, Montana is pretty nice.
It's pretty nice this week. Last week was a different story. You know what I mean? We were negative digits, a lot of them, you know. So I mean, it works out pretty good. It kind of slows down our the day-to-day tire and oil service through the summer. Keeps us pretty busy, but as soon as it gets cold, the phone kind of stops ringing for a while, and we can actually sit and focus on builds. And
So this is your bike,
yeah,
and this is one you custom built.
Yeah.
I mean, everything frame, you did it all in house.
Yep, I did everything in house except for the chrome plating. I do have a buddy of mine in Indiana that does the aluminum polish. Even though we have the capability to it, it's really dirty process. So, and he's super good at it. So I send that stuff to him for a lot of the actual aluminum polish work. But yeah, I constructed the frame and all the body work and did all the engine modifications. And we try to do everything in house here: paint, fab, all of it. You know, and it's it keeps us from having to try to outsource it to other places. You know.
Now I see some engines on stands throughout here. Do you have like old stuff that you stock that you sell, or that just for projects you're working on?
Some projects, some items are for sale, some are customer builds that are like just done, kind of waiting for them to pick up. Yeah, some people just try to sell a motor that they have, so we'll put it up here. And we do some light consignment stuff on parts and some bikes during the summertime and whatnot when the traffic's good enough for people to actually come in and buy stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, we try to like round ourselves up projects. We've probably got 20 years of work stacked around here that hopefully we get to it pretty
Busy
quick.
for a while.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of important to keep you know, me and a couple other guys on staff pretty much full time.
Yeah, so I'm taking away from his time right now of completing a customer's bike. So
Yeah,
we
well,
appreciate it.
we do what we gotta do, you know.
No, you did say you do service. So I mean, what do you paint in house? Do you do everything?
We have a full paint facility, a full fabrication facility. I kind of give you a walkthrough of the shop real quick. We offer storage, and I've got some personal car projects laying around here too, but that's kind of where the bulk of the magic happens, back in here in our fab area and our service fleet. Customer service in, we do damage repair, engine work, kind of everything that we need to do. You know, there's not another bike shop for at least a couple hours in any direction, so it keeps us pretty busy.
Nice.
Yeah.
And now you have like a website card. I can get a card. I'll put the website on
A
the
card. I do not have a website at this time. I've been pretty successful just using Facebook, Instagram, different social media platforms.
Okay.
And yeah, that keeps us pretty busy.
So I mean, you said you had a bunch of work. How much new work do you take on? Or I mean, do you do anything that you do take on, like service work? Is that something you'll do, but not customization right now, or?
Yeah, customization is kind of what we do in the winter. There's not a lot of service work. As soon as it gets warm out, kind of have to put down the grinders and the fab work, and then start changing oil and tires and just keeping everybody on two wheels. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
So it is super seasonal, just given our geographic up here, but it seems to work out pretty good. We try to line ourselves up to half a dozen, you know, construction projects through the winter, and then, I mean, we'll see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tire changes every summer. So not a whole lot of time to build when it's warm out. We've only got about 90 days of really great weather up here, so all the riders are not going to capitalize on that.
Now, can anybody, like me, for example, I'm looking at possibly a paint job. Can I send, I mean, if I was to set it up with you, do you do to where people can send you pieces to be painted and you'll paint them, send them back?
We cater to a lot of people's needs all over the world, really. We mail stuff to Europe, Japan.
Okay.
A lot of stuff in the States, and we build a lot of parts for other invited builders who are in the middle of like competitive shows. I have to be able to sit down for about a year to focus on one competitive bike, and so I've kind of been on a little hiatus the last couple of years. I've got a couple projects in the hopper, but for right now we're just kind of getting caught up on a year or two of backlog right now. But I mean, those are just major build stuff. During the summer, the service kind of takes, you know, precedence to everything, so we got to make sure to keep everybody going. You know?
Okay.
Like I said, there's no other shops. You know, Missoula's 2 hours this way, and Great Falls is 2 hours that way. Everything's 2 hours in every direction. So all the guys up here in the valley, and there's a lot of them there, they keep us pretty busy when it's warm out.
Right. Now, just to clarify too, you said that you do some stuff on consignment, whatever. So how do they find that stuff? Do they call you to see what you have, or is there a way to?
We Facebook we find is more of a local platform. We kind of reach people within, you know, a couple 100 miles. Instagram is something that we use when we're like reaching farther than our local like layout up here. And again, in the summertime, we just park all our consignment bikes out in front, and some of them are personal bikes that I'm selling, or vice versa. You know, it's just a matter of case by case. I don't really like to fill the whole place with consignment bikes unless they're like a really good deal and I know that they're going to sell and move, you know. And then we'll run them through the shop and do safety inspection and service and all that, and then
hopefully get somebody into a new Harley, you know what I mean? So.
Well, again, like you said too, like that 46 you found over there. I mean, you can take so much on consignment, but how many people are? I mean, not that it doesn't happen, but not everybody's looking for a 46, maybe in this area.
They bring it in for consignment, and it's something I can't live without. Well, that's another story. I just make the sale right there.
Right.
Yeah, I try to make it easy for everybody that way, but again, you know.
All right.
Those are in short supply, the old stuff around here. Bikes weren't sold up here in the 40s and 50s, so there aren't a lot of them, you know. There was a boom in the late 70s and all through the 80s. There's a lot of those era motorcycles that are here that can be found and sourced and purchased, you know, reasonably, but the real old stuff, I mean, there's just not a lot of it up here. So when we go hunting for it, kind of have to dig around the country or outside of the country, you know what I mean? It just depends on if we need a certain part, and a lot of stuff is available aftermarket, but a lot of it is import, and you know, some of it's good, most of it isn't. So,
and like you said too, Missoula's 124 miles south.
Yeah.
Great Falls like 230 miles east. Those are the two closest dealerships to you.
Yeah.
So any work, anything anybody needs done in this area, they come see you, right?
And there are people with brand new 2023, 24 bikes that get like an engine light and they have a big fancy warranty. I'm kind of handcuffed with that. We don't have the modern diagnostic equipment because Harley is real proprietary to dealerships. So unfortunately we do have to send people, you know, pack into a dealership to handle their modern bike warranty type needs, you know. We're a dealer for everyone except for Harley Davidson itself. So we have good relationships with the shops so we can order components and whatnot. We do a lot of that as well, but warranty and certain digital failures that the bikes might suffer, we do have a lot of bikes to work on. So if we have to stop and reinvent the digital wheel with somebody who can just be getting paid for it, then
right.
Yeah, it makes no sense to do it here. But otherwise, yeah, we've got a pretty good foothold on keeping people down.
Is this the Born-Free bike you were talking about here?
This is the Born Free show. Yeah, that's a bike that Gaten constructed right there, that blue one there. And then this bike is actually in Ventura right now. Chopper Fest is down there in 2 weeks, so I'll be flying down to go to the show and then actually retrieve this bike and get it headed home. So some bikes just get on little circuits, you know. It was just in Yokohama, Japan for the Moon Eyes show. And it just got back on the boat and got picked up in Ventura, so now there's a show in Ventura, so we kind of have to follow the bike where it goes sometimes, but never a dull moment.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
Man, that's about it. We just try to keep a big candy store around here and some car stuff, mostly bike stuff. Some for sale, some not. That, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, I think everything has a price tag. If you have enough of it, then it helps me from having to go hunt for it. But no, we're just trucking away, man, doing the winter thing.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, absolutely, man. Thanks for coming.
Have a good one. See you the next time we come this way.
Yeah, we'll be here.